Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop role-playing games. So we are going to be building a AI dungeon/adventure today, and we're gonna see how this goes. This is the first time I've done this. We'll see what's going on. Let's see if we're live. First of all, that's a really important thing to make sure.
Only $6.99 for a large two-topping pizza when you care.
Oh, I hear. I do this for another channel I have that's Marvel Contest of Champions all the time, and then so I always have an iPad over on the side here that I can play this on another channel just to see if we're live here. So let me get some housekeeping stuff done real quick. And then we're going to get into the actual creation of this. We'll see how ChatGPT does, and we'll see if we can continue. I think we can continue to do this. I don't see any problem with it whatsoever at all. That is not what I wanted. That's what I want right there. Okay. And, all right. So let's see. We're going to go back to here, and I should be good. Yes, okay. We still got a little bit of a cough, not too much. All right. So I am going to be looking over to the side here. Let's see if I can. I'm going to be looking over this way because I have a screen over here to this side, and that's where I'm going to be typing. The thing that is in front of you all is a different screen I've got, so we're going to see how well that works. Okay, so let's type in here. Let me move my phone over here. I got a few notes written down. All right, so give me 5 different ideas for a high fantasy sword and sorcery Dungeons and Dragons adventure. And let's see what it does. Okay. ChatGPT is pretty good at just spitting stuff out. We'll take one of these and we'll move with it, see how well it goes. So let's see what we've got here. We've got the Shattered Sigil of Vorthun. Theme, ancient magic, planar instability, cosmo horror, 1,000-year-old arcane sigil binding the outer god Vorthun begins to crack. Strange storms tear open rifts across the world, and aberrant creatures slip through. The players must gather the shattered pieces of the sigil, each hidden within deadly cursed ruins, and reforge the sigil before Vorthun awakens. That sounds pretty cool. That does sound pretty good. The Ember Throne, political, divine, dragonfire. The Phoenix Empress is dead, and the ancient. I like how they give us the hook, the theme, the hook, and the twist. The twist for the Shattered Sigil of Vorthun is one of the players is unknowingly marked as a vessel for Vorthun's essence. Uh-oh. All right, the second one, the Phoenix Empress is dead, and the ancient Ember Throne lies vacant. Her flame-infused sword, Solar Brand, has been stolen. The kingdom erupts into chaos as rival heirs summon armies, fiends, and ancient spirits to claim the crown. The players must recover Solar Brand and either place a worthy ruler on the throne or claim it for themselves. The sword chooses its bearer based on their actions, not bloodline. Okay, that is pretty cool. Oh, okay, we got another advertisement here. Okay, so number 3, the Crimson Labyrinth of Hal Kazur. Swordplay, arcane traps, brutal arena combat. The lost city of Hal Kazur has reemerged. I do have to say I do like the names. that ChatGPT does come up with. I think that's pretty cool. See, the Lost City has reemerged from the sands, its streets reformed into a shifting magical labyrinth designed by a mad archmage. Inside, warriors, spellcasters from across the world are drawn by the promise of a single prize, the ruby crown, said to grant control over death itself. The party must survive both brutal trials of both steel and sorcery. The labyrinth adapts to fears and memories of its challenges. That's pretty cool. So it's like this living labyrinth that the players have to go into. And it's this lost city. All right. The Moon Eater's Price. Curses, Moon Magic, Doomed Prophecy. A silver sword known as Selvarin's Fang has resurfaced, an artifact once used to slay the Moon Eater, a demonic creature that devoured celestial light. Now the moon wanes unnaturally, and lycanthropes run rampant. The party must uncover the sword's origin, find the last moon priests, and journey into the realm of forgotten gods to stop the devouring darkness. Okay, the sword must drink the blood of a celestial being to be reforged. That sounds kind of bad, so I don't know about that one. That doesn't sound heroic to me. The Witch Queen of Gloamspire, Dark Magic Rebellion Haunted Forest. In the cursed land of Gloamspire, a tyrannical witch queen rules with an undead army and living shadows. A group of exiled mages claim she was once a mortal sorceress who stole the name of a forgotten god. The players were recruited by a secret resistance to infiltrate her palace, recover her true name, and bind her once and for all. One of the players has a past life connection to the Witch Queen. So if you are out there and you are watching, go ahead and tell me which one of these that you like. You can put it in the chat. I like the Shattered Sigil of Vorthun, the Crimson Labyrinth of Hal-Kazur, and the Witch Queen. I like all three of those. I like all three of those. I think I like this. So I like this one where this lost city appears. Just out of nowhere, its streets reformed into a shifting magical labyrinth designed by a mad archmage. And then there's warrior spellcasters from across the world are drawn by the promise of a single prize. Okay, let's do this. Would you like any of these expanded into a full adventure module complete with NPCs, maps, or custom magic items? Okay, let's do that. Yes. Expand the Crimson Labyrinth of Hal-Kazur. Okay, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Excellent choice. Yes. Level range, 7 to 10. Adventure background, adventure hooks, still writing. Labyrinth structure, labyrinth's intelligence, the ruby crown of dominion. Rival parties, the final trial. How about a dungeon map layout? Printable handouts, riddles, or traps. Dungeon map layout. Let's see how it does that. I want to see how it does that. Here's a dungeon. Oh, well, look at that. It can't actually draw a dungeon. It has to a non-linear spiral hex progression designed to feel alien, ancient, and unpredictable. Z number is a trial zone. C number is a choice chamber, safe rooms, and intersections. Starting point, Z1, an enormous ruby archway once crossed its It seals behind the party. Welcome. Okay. Overgrown with razor wire. So that's zone 2. Destroying the vines in the correct order reveals the exit. Where would the exit be? All right, they've got... This must be like a full connection of rooms. Optional secret rooms. Well, let's do this. Let's do visual map image. Let's do that. See what it does. Is it going to actually draw? I don't think that... it can. ChatGPT can actually draw stuff now. Processing image. Lots of people are creating images right now, so this might take a bit. We'll notify you when your image is ready. Okay, so in the meantime, let's go here. Now we had a image here of zone 1. An enormous ruby archway. Okay, let's copy that. And we're going to go here to Leonardo AI. And we're going to draw that in here. An enormous ruby archway leading into a complicated maze. Filled with mist and magic. Let's see. We're going to leave the rest of that because I like having all those. Don't want that. We're going to add a negative prompt. We're going to add an element to this. So let's add an element. And I think we're going to add in old school comic. I always like old school comic, but we're not going to do it that high. Do 0.1, and we'll do this at a 0.2. And we'll do this. I always like the anime. So let's do that. That's generated. Let's see how our image looks. That looks like it's going to take a while. That definitely looks like it's going to take a while. But this one, however, usually these don't take that long. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Oh, nice. So I like this picture here. Let's draw this in a couple of different ways. Let's do a cinematic, an environment, and a creative. I think that's pretty cool. I think that looks pretty cool. But all right, the rest of these are coming through. That's pretty cool. I like that one. That's pretty cool. Each one of these got, let's draw a couple more here. Did we do general? I don't think we did general. So let's do a general. And let's do photography, see how that looks. So let's see, out of these, I like this one. I like that one. I like this one. So far, I'm liking this one. Yeah, I'm liking that one. And let's take a look at this one. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. that one's pretty good. I like that one a lot. And so we got that one, that one. Is this the other one? Yeah, I think I like this one the best. So let's take a look at this one here. So we can add a prompt here, and that will it'll like change if we ask it to change it, it'll change it. But I don't think we need to change it. So let me open this up again. That's not the one I had. It was this one. Oh, I know what we need to do. We're gonna edit and we're gonna copy the prompt, and then we're gonna edit the canvas because there's a little. So there is a. No, that's okay. That looks pretty good. So let's put a new prompt in. We're out painting. So it's gonna extend this image around the edge here. And this doesn't take very long. Let's see where we are with our, wow. Oh, no, it's still processing. Wow. Okay. All right, that, so it'll give us 4 different images. I like number 1. Okay, I like number 1. And we'll do that. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay. And then we can, I'm going to save this. You guys can't see where I'm putting this. So let's see, Dr. Urias Papers. I'm going to create a new folder, AI Dungeon. That's what we're going to do. And what are we calling this? We are calling, oh, that's, okay, so ChatGPT takes a long time to make images. But we are calling this the Crimson Labyrinth of Hal Kazur. And there's our image, okay? All right, so let's take a look here. So we got levels 7 through 10, shifting desert where the ruins of Hal Kazur recently reappeared. And millennia ago, Hal Kazur was a decadent desert city ruled by a sorcerer king, Maelreth the Red Architect. That's pretty cool. Who believed that only the strong physically, mentally, and magically were worthy of surviving the apocalypse he foresaw. To preserve his legacy, he transformed his city into a sentient, shifting labyrinth filled with trials designed to test and kill all who entered. Then he vanished. For centuries, the city was lost beneath the sands, but now red storms churn the desert, and a blood-colored spire has ridden. Hal Kazur has returned. Inside lies the ruby-crowned dominion, a magical artifact said to grant immense power over life, death, and time itself. Across the world, warlords, archmages, cults, and treasure hunters have begun sending champions into the labyrinth. So it just appeared. And we've got the hooks here. Patron's Gamble, Dying Wish, Vision of Fire, Blood Debt, and Curse Breakers. Oh, I like the Curse Breaker one. Let's see, vision. One of the PCs, that's too railroady. A mentor once failed to survive the labyrinth. Their dying wishes were the PCs to succeed. Patron's Gamble is another good one. That's a good way to get adventurers into, hey, I'm going to hire you and I'm going to pay you to go into this labyrinth. But I do think I'm going to use a combination of 1 and 5. All right, so it's got 9 zones. Examples of zones: the Garden of Blades, Hall of Mirrored. Okay, I'm gonna copy all of this. And I've got a Word document already ready to go. So we're just going to put all of this in there. And I don't like this font. So we're going to copy the whole thing. And I am going to turn this into Arial. And we're going to turn this into 12. Okay, so we've got that. And when you cut and paste out of ChatGPT, it pretty much just copies and pastes exactly the way it is. All right, let's also copy and paste this. Printable PDF or dynamic that reshuffle. Okay. Ooh. Maybe we're going to do that too. So let's put this in here so we don't lose any of this. Because I don't want to lose any of this. Okay, so we've got all that in here now. So there's a bunch of information in here about this. Give me a dynamic version. Let's see what happens when it does that. Here's dynamic version. How it works. The dungeon is split into trial zones and choice chambers. Each trial zone, the players receive a choice chamber that gives them 2 to 3 paths forward. The labyrinth ships between visits, so no 2 runs are the same. Use a D8 to randomly generate the layout. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So we got room type. Vault of Bleeding Stone, Twisting Gallery, Arena of Endless Echo, Bridge of Bones, Pillars of Power, Trial of the False King. These are the safest, safe for resting. Final room is the Heart of Stone. Final modifier table. Oh, this happens in the room. That's pretty cool. DM tips. Okay, so let's do that. Let's copy that. So there'll be a couple of things that we can put in here. All right, so we got 10 pages worth of stuff so far. All right, so it stopped drawing the map, which I'm okay with. Okay, so we want to work on these hooks because this will be the beginning of this. So combine adventure hook 1 and 5 together for the beginning and background of the adventure. Let's see what it does. Certainly. Opening and background. For weeks the land has suffered. When the sun bled over the desert, the ruby spire rose, and the world began to rot. Oh, okay. Let's do this. We want to go back here. And we want to go back to, which image did I use? This image right here. Make this a desert environment. Okay. And it's generating it. So it's going to generate it right here. So we'll see what happens when it does that. Oh, but I don't like... Okay. Make the arch red, and it opens to reveal a twisting magical maze on the other side. A extra dimensional space. Okay? And it's going to start drawing that, so it'll start drawing now. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what it gives us. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Is this... It's not really drawing this. All right, so... Oh, I think I know why. All right, it wants me to draw. I don't want to draw anime style. Let's do that. Let's see what happens there. Okay, it's going to draw again. That's not really anime style. It kind of is. The arch needs to be a bright red. All right, that's, I think, what we're going to do here. And it's drawn again. Yeah, I like the picture we made the best. Let's see if I can find that now. I like the picture that we drew originally. But I think we can make it into a desert. Yeah, I like this the best, but yeah, I like this one the best. But okay, I think I know what I'm going to do here. In an immense desert, in an immense rocky desert, rune, an enormous blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's do that. And we don't want to do photography. We want to do cinematic. We want to do creative, dynamic, and environment. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Ooh, nice. That's nice. That one's nice too. I like both of these. That one's cool. That one's pretty cool. Some nice pictures here. This one's pretty cool too. Okay, I like this one a lot. I like that one a lot too with the water. Let's look at that one a little bit closer. Pretty cool. This one's sweet. Yeah, I think. Okay, we're gonna futz around with this one here. Edit with AI. Nope, we didn't want to do that. That's what we want to do. Okay, and we got it. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so we can get a little bit more out of this. All right, let's see what we can do with this. This is pretty cool. I am liking this adventure already. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And it's going to give us 4 choices. I like 2. I like 2. Okay. And we're going to download this. Yes. Okay, I'm going to save this one. Did it just download it twice? It just downloaded it twice, didn't it? All right, we're going to save this one. And this is the Crimson Labyrinth of Halkazur B. Okay. I think both of these pictures are the same. Yeah, they're both the same. Okay. All right, that was pretty cool. All right, so we've got all this. I want to take a look at this now and see what it did for us. So, for weeks, the land has suffered. The stars misalign. Rain turns to red mist. Crops wilt in fertile fields. Graves churn. Spells of healing and divination falter. Something ancient is unmaking the weave of the world slowly but relentlessly. High above the sands of the scorch glass expanse, a crimson tower has erupted. We want to change that. Beneath the dooms, scholars believe that it is the long-lost city of Halkazur, the last domain of Maelrith, the Red Architect, an archmage who twisted. Okay, so change in the opening. Change the Crimson Tower to a crimson archway appearing in a rock wall of a desert mountain. Okay, it's going to do it all over again. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, ooh, nice. Okay. Far to the south, beyond the borders of any kingdom, hidden deep in the razor-backed cliffs of the scorched glass mountains, a crimson archway has emerged, not built but bled into the world from within solid rock. A perfect keystone gate of veined ruby, 30 feet high, with no markings except a single burning glyph above the apex. The last domain of Maelrith, the Red Architect and Archmage, blah, blah, blah. The city was not buried, but hidden, folded. Now it stirs again. The patron. So you're summoned by the Archmage Malvarex, a respective if reclusus member of the circle. That okay. They're gonna. I know where it's. In the patron. Detail something different from the circle of 8. So it totally took that from Greyhawk. Totally. Yevhall, the binder below. Your employer is not a famous archmage from the Towers of Greyhawk, not anymore. He is known as Revhall, a veiled figure who appeared months ago in the forbidden archives of the University of Rel Astra, walking uninvited through wards that should have flayed intruders to dust. What? Okay. He speaks rarely, always in first person plural, and knows things no living mortal should. The name of the dead gods. The fate of the vanished city of Caerdon Koth, how the Crimson Arch was sealed, not broken. Those who've met him say he is not one man, but a vessel. Something speaks through him, something desperate. Still, his warning was clear. The crown stirs, and the labyrinth opens again. If it awakens fully, it will rewrite the laws of death, freedom, and time. We are not ready. We were never ready. You will go in our place. Gives your party sigils of binding that allow you to interact with the deeper wards inside. Items carved from the teeth of celestial serpents and encoded with forgotten languages. He also grants you a soul lantern, a strange artifact that pulses when near lies, mirrors, or memories that do not belong to you, and yet there is unease. And he never refers to the mission as saving the world, but completing what was started. His body is covered in thin, red, thread-like veins that pulse. He calls the crown a throne without a king. And you have reason to believe Revhall was once inside the labyrinth himself. Perhaps he escaped. Okay, this version of the patron suspense opens the door for betrayal or hidden knowledge and allows for a deeply personal mystery. Okay. Would you like a secret Revhall dossier? Foreshadowing clues? A twist? How about all three? Tell me about a secret, foreshadowing, and a twist. Let's do all three. All right, gives us a secret. Here's a layered trio. Who's not a vessel but a prodigy. Maelreth's favorite apprentice, groomed to inherit the labyrinth. He was entrusted with one of the inner rings of the Ruby Crown, a piece of its immense reality-shaping power. He saw that Maelreth was becoming no longer a mage, but a living equation, obsessed with creating a throne that could not just rule the world, but will all of sentient minds. Tried to destroy the labyrinth, but from within and failed. He was bound to the unfinished geometry of the labyrinth, neither fully dead nor fully free. And foreshadowing, subtle signs that the labyrinth is aware, and a twist. At the climax inside the heart of Redstone, the truth is revealed. Maelreth, obsessed with preserving his vision beyond death, created a mental shard. A second consciousness forged from his own, but gentler, more rational. That mind became Revhall. The binder below is not a rebel or survivor. He is a containment clone, an emergency vessel, and let's see what else we have up here. That was a whole bunch of stuff that it just blurred out. It's so easy to get these AI programs to just go down a rabbit hole and just go. All right, we changed that. Okay, how the adventure begins. All right. He's the patron. Yes, he's got a secret. Veiled figure who appeared months ago in a forbidden archive of the university, walking uninvited through wards. Okay, so let's do this. Write that Revhal after appearing in the who is Rel Astra? I can't. Oh, I think that is a. Yeah, that's the Great Library of Greyhawk. So we got to get rid of that because that's IP. So we can't have that, right? After appearing in the Great Library, not Rel Astra. Visited the king, whoever the king is, and convinced the king to hire the adventuring group of players. Okay. Certainly. All right, here he is. None knew his name when he first appeared. Only that he should not have been able to appear at all. It was during the hour of Candlefall in the Great Library of Veltharion, the oldest arcane archive in the Eastern... So, okay, so it just made it kind of very generic at this point. Cloaked in dust and scarlet thread, stepped out from between the forbidden stacks. No, blah, blah, blah. Named himself, yes, and spoke of the Crimson Arch, and demanded an audience with King Erevan IV of Dalerenth, whose lands border the Scorched Glass Mountains. Okay. The court mages resisted. The king's guard drew steel, but when Revhall spoke the king's true childhood name, one even his mother had forgotten, the hall fell silent. Granted him a private honor. Within a week, a royal commission was issued for a handpick of band of adventurers, those with enough strength, wit, and will to enter a place that warps. But he fears the dreams. Okay, blah, blah, blah. You're not told everything. Okay. Yes, you are equipped with a royal charter, a soul lantern, magic tokens. I like this. Unspoken, but if you fail, there may be no world left to inherit. Okay, let's copy all this and stick this at the bottom here. This is going to be a whole bunch of... Nope, not too much. Okay, not too much. So just this part, and then let's get the rest of it here. Did I get the mission on here? I did, okay. And let's see here. Let's get... Let's copy this and put this in here. Okay. Secret. Okay. Okay, I think we got all that. So we've got the general structures way up here. I like this right here. So roll a d8 to determine the trial zone. All right. So design an encounter that takes place as the players are approaching the Crimson Arch in the mountains. Okay. The encounter should be right outside the arch and before the players. And the players are going to... So they give the players some sigils. Magical tokens anchor your minds. A promise of riches, yes. Now, was there a thing in here about opening the archway? Okay, there's sigils he's giving, so those will probably be able to open. There was a thing here. Where is it? I saw it in here. There was like a... Oh, it was down here. Scorched glass expanse. I didn't like the tower. Scorched glass advance. Okay, I didn't like that. That one right there. Okay. Before the players activate the keystone, how about the players engage the keystone to enter the labyrinth? All right, let's go. See what that does. The Blood Sentinels of the Crimson Arch. Okay. Party has trekked through the harsh desert canyons. The air is thick. As the adventurers approach, the air ripples from shadows cast by the arch's glow. 4 blood sentinels emerge. Humanoid figures form from jagged ruby and smoky quartz, their bodies translucent and veined. Their eyes burn like embers, and in their presence the air hums with ancient words. They do not speak, but move with precision as if waiting for a ritual to begin. All right. They psychic, poison, bludgeoning, piercing from non-magical attacks, thunder. They have a crystalline slash. I wonder what ChatGPT stole this from. They got +6 to hit. Slashing radiant damage. So they're going to do 10, about 14 points. They only get 1 action. Pulse of warding. The Blood Sentinel releases a burst of radiant energy in each must succeed on a Constitution saving or be blinded. Okay. No non-combat resolution. Let's do that. Got it. Okay, here. I'm just going to change everything now. Combat notes. Okay. Okay. Let's copy that, and we're going to stick that in here. The aftermath. Okay. So we'll have to draw a map for that. And then we want a set of rooms for the first zone. Okay. Roll a d8 to determine the next trial zone. Okay. Randomly pick from the list of 8 choices the first zone that the players will step into after passing through the arch. It rolled for me. Wow. The Observatory of Bleeding Stars. That's pretty cool. Okay. Quick description. As the crimson glow fades, the players find themselves suspended within an immense domed chamber whose ceiling mimics the night sky, but the stars drip rivulets of glowing red light like open wounds in the heavens. Lenses of cracked crystal float mid-air, rotating, slowly focusing beams of starlight onto arcane circles embedded in the black marble floor. The room smells of scorched copper and ancient ozone. Whispers echo from nowhere, always just one earshot above all. Something is watching. Now, they had a table up here for this, so let's see what it said for that table. It said, the vault bleed. Oh, it doesn't even have it on here. It just created one out of the blue. It just created one. The blood sent, no. All right, the Observatory of Bleeding Stars. Okay. So, would you like... write a short intro narration first, and then describe the void creatures, the enemies tied to the void that attack the players. Add a twist. I didn't want to add a twist. Add a twist. There we go. Okay. Lumen husks. Yeah, okay, I did it anyway. Okay. All right, so as your body's blah, 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 blah. Players orientate to several of the bleeding stars above, flare violently, and from that, red starlight coalescing forms descend like ink dripping into water. They are lumen husks, malformed beings made of collapsed starlight and void pressure. All right, I don't like how many hit points they give these things. It's not very much. They can fly. And they have void screen. Ooh, that's... okay, that's nice. Bleed light. Okay, that's cool. Oh, where's its actions, though? Twist. After the fight, as the silence returns, one player begins to leak red light from their shadow. It's faint, almost imperceptible, but grows stronger when they speak the word loud. If detected via magic, it's a temporal scar, a remnant of exposure to something any observed before they entered. They were already here once. Okay, add actions to the... oh, I see. Abilities, those are actions, but it didn't call them actions, so, okay. Let's copy this, and we're going to stick this in this sheet here. All right. I want add 4 rooms connected to the main observatory room by hallways. The Orrery of Ornmore Time. Ooh, nice. The Chamber of Silent Choirs. The Bleeding Reflection Pool, and the Archives of Starved Glyphs. So we'll have to draw all this. And sits at the center. Yes, 4 wide stone radii out at cardinal points, each leading to a subzone. Region contains a vast floating mechanical orrery. Okay, so that's a hazard. It does things. there is a hazard in here. Enemies and archive. Okay, and in order to exit out of the first zone, the observatory complex, the players must do something in each of the subzones. Spell that right? Yep. After accomplishing this, the exit to the, and they called it something else. And we're getting really into the weeds now. Okay, let's see. What did they call those? It called it choice chambers. To the first first choice chamber. Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. Once, okay, the fragment held in the core of the choir wretches. It must be extracted from a cage of bones. Okay, when placed. Okay, bleeding dropped by a reflection upon its defeat when taken. Okay, and ooh, this all sounds cool. We're gonna copy all this and stick it in. This sounds cool. So we're gonna have to. Okay, this all sounds awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. I think that is as much as we're going to do this time around. Looks like we had 22 people come in to watch today, and we got 5 likes total. That's pretty good. This is the first one of these that we've done. We've got a nice background. We've got a nice, and I'll do a summary video of this after I kind of go into this Word document and clean this up a little bit. So we've got a nice background story and premise for this, and we've got the first 2 encounters of this as well. So we've got an encounter on the outside of the archway, and we've got an encounter zone. So it's 5 rooms in the first one, and I think that's how I'm going to do each one of these zones. Is we're going to do them so, and there goes my camera here because I moved my hand. We're going to do each one of the zones so that it'll have multiple rooms in it, and we'll be able to go through the multiple rooms and do that. So that sounds pretty cool. And you can just copy all this stuff out and put it into a Word document and, save it for later and do whatever you need to it. So, okay. All right. That is going to be our stream for today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.